Today, we're talking about discipline, and I'm going to talk real quick about my experience with discipline and what has led me to discipline. So I have a lot of ideas in my head. I'm a very active thinker, and I like to do a lot of things. I used to lay on the floor pretty regularly and cry that my life wasn't going the way that I wanted it to, that my efforts were not yielding results, and that I was not talented enough as a musician, as an artist, as a thinker, as a robot ethicist, all these things. I used to say, why am I not good enough? And the beautiful thing about life is that it goes on and fucking on. And it just keeps going on and on and on. And the thing is that if you focus your attention on something, for me in the higher realms, as an alien, as a spirit, I clearly remember my life manifesting when I would just think something and it would appear. And so on Earth, it takes so long that we get really, really, really discouraged. And so as Kuan Yin has taught me, you have your inevitable future, that thing which you crave, that thing which is deep in your heart that you wish were true. And in the higher realms, you have it. And you already have it. But in Earth, in the lower realms, we've got time. Okay? And as you go through time, there are so many confusing things. You don't know what's happening, and you get lost, and you get confused, and you get discouraged, and you feel like it's not working. But eventually, you get there. And by the time you get there, you don't remember. You're like, oh yeah, I always knew I was going to have this. And then you forget to be grateful. That's not even the sermon today, but it's something I'm passionate about right now. Okay, so what's happening on Earth right now? 2018, 2019, we are entering into the fifth dimension. What this means, we are moving through time. We are entering into a time where all things are manifestable. We are moving into a time where things are more instantly manifestable. The way that I see the world, let's see what my notes are here. I wrote these notes last night because I'm responsible and I do work for you. This is work and I'm happy to do it. Just want to put that out there. Okay. The way that I see reality, and I see reality only in ways that it benefits me. So my conceptual frameworks, when I tell you something as though it's true and you've never heard anybody else talk about it, or you've seen it here or you've seen it there, I don't have any way, I don't have any need to prove to you that these things are true. I believe what I believe because it benefits my life. It benefits me personally, directly. And to me, that has led me to truth. I urge you to create whatever conceptual frameworks, whatever beliefs you can create in order to make yourself happy and in order for you to understand life. So for me, it's very easy for me to understand and approach my complex emotional world by believing in a higher and a lower self. I see myself as two people. I see myself as the human, and this is from the I am ideology, partly, but it's also from a lot of other places. I see myself as the human, the animal, the vehicle, the genes, and I see myself as the higher individual, as the spirit, as the thing that is connected to source, as connected to God. And the reason why I love this conception is because I can then categorize the things in my mind into something that's good for me and something that I need to maybe potentially look deeper into and work on and figure out and understand and send love to. So when I am separating myself in these ways, it's just easier for me. Is there really a higher self? Is there really a human self? Is it beneficial for you to separate yourself into two different beings? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. It doesn't matter what's true. It matters what's true for you, what matters to you, and what makes it easier for you to approach life and approach your internal emotional world. So, as a disciple, let's talk first about Earth. what's happening on Earth? Okay, so we're moving from 2018 to 2022. We're in a big frickin' portal. This is a huge Earth-wide portal. This is the same thing that we were talking about in 2012 happening, but it's actually happening now because first of all, time isn't real, and second of all, 2012 was just like the pregame. That was just like the kickoff party. That was just like, hey everybody, guess what's happening? Our age is ending. We're entering into a new age. We're entering into a new age. It's so exciting, but it's hard. It's challenging. It requires so much work from every single person. It requires complete transformation of your life. It requires complete transformation of the systems at play. Again, why do I believe this? Because I see evidence of it, because it makes my life better, because I feel happy to live in a world that I believe is getting infinitely better. I'm happy to live in a world that is moving toward Unitopia. I believe that when we believe things that make us happy, that make us want to live on this planet, then that is truth. Our whims lead us to deeper truth. So as we create this Unitopian paradise that we will accomplish by 2022, that we are starting to undergo, 2018 was about being a disciple of your emotions. Everybody's on a different path, but a big majority of us energetically, I'm assuming you included, were feeling the intense energy of mastering your emotional realm. And what that means is seeing your triggers, seeing your shadows, and this might be this year for you. Again, time isn't real. But these are the steps that we need in order to move into Unitopia. Emotional realm mastery. This is something that our thoughts create our reality, and we cannot, it's almost like a natural gate mechanism. We cannot move into instant manifestation if we don't know how to manage our emotions. If I'm walking around afraid of, bears all the time, if I was able to manifest that, I would have bears around me all the time, So you have to think about these things as your power. And right now we don't have our full power, and that's a good thing because we need to get our power. We need to learn how to manage our power. So 2018 for me and for a lot of people was about managing your internal emotions. If you still have triggers, if you're still dealing with that, don't feel like you're, behind. It's a journey, and you're probably just on this part of the path, and you're still ahead of the majority of people who are going to be waking up in 2020 and 2021 and 2022. We're going to have a mass awakening on this planet. If you have been called to focus on your emotions, and if you have been called to focus on this year on your physical reality, and for me, this is manifested in doing things that are good for my body, having a better diet. This is focused on me keeping my space clean. This is all these physical disciplines. So we have mental disciplines, we have physical disciplines, and when we focus on these things, there is a benefit to it. And I think that this comes into the question of what is good suffering. And this is a conversation I had with Greg, and I'm very grateful for this deep consideration. Because in Unicult, usually, we say suffering is a choice. And we say that you will experience inevitable hardship. But inevitable hardship is here to teach you that suffering is a choice. So for you to dwell in suffering is never necessary. And you basically, yes, you will experience hardship. Everyone does. You will experience pain. Everyone does. But it's your choice every day to choose to see the highest or the lowest in your situation, and to choose to be grateful for the things that you do have, or to be angry and bitter. I struggle with this every single day. I wake up and I say, what a beautiful day it is sometimes. And sometimes I really do feel good. And sometimes I say, oh, yeah, well, I have this, but I don't have this. And I get all snooty about it. But the more we focus on, I pray for gratitude every day. I pray in gratitude, and I pray for gratitude, because gratitude is the antidote. So what's the point of suffering? What does it mean to listen to your true heart and to not listen to your true heart? So in Unicult, we say And this is an important distinction because I feel like this is a part of our Unicult scripture that could become misinterpreted in the future. And so I'm glad to clarify this. When you feel like something is in alignment with your true heart, you have to also be sure that it is not entering into a space of fear or pain. So if you have anxiety, let's say, to go to your friend's birthday party, and you hear about the birthday party and you say, you know, it's just not for me. It's not in alignment with my true heart. And you use that as an excuse to cover up the fact that you're actually anxious and you're living in fear or pain. That's not true alignment. What is true alignment? True alignment is my heart longs to go to this birthday party, but I feel scared and intimidated. And your choice to overcome the human fear and pain, the suffering, the negative. So there's a part of suffering. Maybe we should call it something different than suffering, because I feel like suffering is the ceaseless staying in a certain emotion. But let's call it pain. I don't like pain either. It's like a military thing they use. Discomfort. Discomfort. That's exactly the word I want to use. So it's not suffering. It's discomfort. Your discomfort of once you acknowledge, okay, what is in my true heart? Thank you for all your suggestions. What is in my true heart? And what do I really want? I really want to go to the party. If I could have any future, if I could have any outcome, it would be that I go to this party and I feel totally supported and I feel totally safe and I feel totally happy. How do I overcome my anxiety and go? You have to enter into a place of discomfort. And this is where we talk about discipline. And this is where we talk about what it means to become a disciple. And what it means to become a disciple for you, for your highest self, and for Unitopia, for Unicult, for the better reality. So when you enter into a state of discomfort in order to overcome your fear and pain and triggers, you are actually doing the work, the divine work, and the best way I can describe it is the divine work of allowing divinity to flow through you into this vehicle. You are saying, you are taming your, I hate these words, you are transmuting the negative human version of yourself, and you're turning it into something higher. So even though I'm in a place that I consider to be very high for my general disposition in life, I am riding on a very high vibration compared to where I naturally would reside if I didn't have these discipline tactics. I have a complex, loving relationship between what I see as my two selves. I see my lower human self as someone who is as my higher self. I care for them, I listen to them, I support them. It's almost like that of a child or a lover, where I give unconditional love and support to that part of myself. I don't demonize it. I don't try to shut it up. I used to, and I still do probably a little bit, but I try to give homage and credence to everything that my higher self has to say in order to transform and transmute all the negative pain. So this is what I'm asking you to do today, is take a look at your life and see where can you, this is your friendly universal reminder to be more disciplined in your day-to-day life. Are there things that you could do to clean your house? Are there things that you could do to clean your mind, to have better thoughts, to be kinder to yourself in your mind? And how do you, and watch yourself as you go through life and as you become disciplined. Where do you make allowances? Where do you say, no, I'm going to be lazy on that. I deserve to feel bad. I deserve to have a messy house. I deserve this. And why do you deserve it? Do you deserve not to do the work? Or do you feel like you deserve to live in a messy space? Or do you feel like you deserve to have negative thoughts about yourself? This requires discomfort. It requires discomfort because we have to push through the discomfort. We have to push through our lower way of being into calling in what we know to be our higher way of being. And so in your own personal life, where can you refine your energy? Where can you refine your thoughts? Where can you refine your practices to the point where you have a more structured and comfortable reality around yourself, both in your internal mind and in your external reality? And how does this relate to Unicult? We are always talking about the micro and the macro. And so as we move into Unitopia, we have to do work. This will not come about with no work. So when we're talking about the potential reality for us to live in, we're talking about reaching multiple thousands, millions, billions. We're attempting to reach billions of people with beneficial thought forms. And the importance of this work cannot be undermined. I create videos on youtube.com, on Instagram. I create videos, and there are thousands of people who watch my videos, and it changes their consciousness, and then they go, wow, and they close down YouTube, and they walk away, and they never acknowledge that that was because of something that I channeled in. And that's okay. I don't need them to. But the work of changing consciousness is thankless, it's unseen, and it's essential. So when we talk in Unicult about doing the work, I won't say it's thankless. You guys are so wonderful. You're always thanking me. You're always saying you change your life. I know. I'm saying, but there are, for every person who says thank you, there are like quite a few who don't, and that's okay. I don't need everyone to say thank you. I'm just saying, you don't often see the results for the work that you do to change consciousness. But we still need to do the work, and we still need to be disciplined, and we still need to focus on what we know to be true and what we know to be helpful, and we need to lead the way for that. So in what ways, I'm talking especially to the devoted members of Unicult, in what ways are you devoted to your practices of creating a higher vibrational reality, a higher vibrational world through the physical structure of Unicult? In what ways are you dedicating your time and your energy to creating and cultivating higher consciousness platforms for the world to understand? The reason why Unicult exists is so that we can all work together on one thing, and then the energy is then dispersed to everyone. So it is so super powerful when we work together. When we work together, anything is possible. And how do we work together in a way that actually inspires every single person to be given the life that they truly deserve and not just put into a box, not just put into expectation? The answer is Unicult. And Unicult has been given to me from the higher realms. It's been given to earth through me. Unicult is not an ego-based endeavor. And it shouldn't be for you either. There are benefits that you get. There are benefits that I get, absolutely. I'm living my dream life because this is my true heart's work. But when you find your true heart's work and you use it through Unicult, you use Unicult as the central focus for things to push them out into the world. And you have discipline and you say, this is what I want to create. Unicult has the people and the resources and the platform to help me do it. And I'm going to be disciplined, and I'm going to focus my creative energy into this singular entity so that my unique voice can be heard. That is going to help reality shift much more comfortably and much more easily. Think about, there's certain times in your life where you see a piece of content online, whether it's a video or an article or a book or a movie or a song, whatever, and something just clicks in your mind. And you just say, holy cow, I never saw it that way. And from that point on, your entire consciousness is changed. That exists because someone had the discipline enough to create it. Someone was disciplined enough to create a song, to create an article, to write a book, to put it out there for you, for your consciousness to change. And as we enter into 2020, 2021, 2022, we are going to be reaching, and this is something that I've learned at the crystal store. The people who come in that door have never heard, they hardly know the word meditation. I'm not even kidding. These people are novices. They are just beginning. They're starting to hear about New Age stuff, barely. And they are just dipping their toe in and they're saying, you know, I think I need a crystal. I think I need some sage. I don't know why. I think it's negative energy. People are just beginning these journeys, and I'm talking about everyone. Think about the people you most least expect. Think about your first grade teacher. I bet your first grade teacher was kind of cool. Think about your grandparents. Think about your boss. Think about these people who you really feel are entrenched in this old way of thinking. Even people who, honestly, a lot of times for people like me are like, you kind of have to just die because you're not going to change. There is actually hope for people changing. And I am starting to feel that, and I'm starting to see that. But they cannot change without the right content and without the right work for us to be disciplined in doing. And the reason why each of us has to use our creative energy and create this type of content for people to then understand and internalize is because we each have a unique vibration. And if you were here last week at Cam Church, you saw this incredible diagram that I did of beautiful paint Photoshop. It wasn't even Photoshop, it was MS Paint with the different rainbow colors of each person's vibration. And the thing is that my vibration is here, and only people who have similar vibrations to me can understand me. A lot of people look at me and they say, I don't know what that is. You're weird. And they just can't see it. And that's fine, because that's where you come in. I'm here, you might be here. You understand me, but they don't. And you're the middle ground. You're the bridge to create an understanding for them. So every person has the potential to reach thousands of people that no one else has the potential to reach. You are uniquely positioned in the universe to be a spiritual leader, to reach certain people. So if you are looking for a way to use your energy to better the world, if you feel like you have the desire to put your creative energy into the world and to change consciousness through your art, through your words, through your experience, through your songs, whatever you feel like you want to do but you don't know how to do it, become a devoted member of Unicult and we will help you. The most witchy homes you see are also often Christian. Yeah, I feel like Christianity is going to have to go through a transformation of this as well. I mean, we're all going to be entering into what is really true. And it doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what you're feeling. All right, let's see. We are all dragon children. Archangel Michael says, ride your inner dragon. How about crystal healing for the world? Absolutely. Getting inspired with ideas. Hello. Unicult is like a large thought form. Exactly. Gaia is you, your heart, and your world. She is your baby Gaia and your great mother Gaia. Just look beyond. Look beyond the crystal. Look beyond yourself. Thank you, Mason. Be the light that inspires others to engage in their own light. Does the bridge have a load limit? I think that's up to you. You know, if somebody is exhausting your energy, then that's your load limit. People need more Unicult in their lives. And I believe that that's true as well, because Unicult is divinely given to the world. It's a very lovely framework because it is about your unique connection to divinity. It is about your unique connection to your own creativity. It's about your paradise. It's about your dreams. And it's also about all of our dreams and how they're connected. And I haven't seen anything like that yet. I haven't seen anything that truly exists yet. So let's do our closing prayer. I'm a little bit late, but I'm going to make it. Thank you so much for joining. Feel free to send donations to Venmo at Unicole Unicron or on YouTube or on Patreon. Shop on Unicult Supply Co. Join Telepathy Program Training Club. Uni bless. We are so grateful for every connection that we've made today, for every divine word that has flowed through us. And we pray for every person to have a most blessed week. And we bow our heads in awe and gratitude for all the divinity that's in our lives, for all the miracles, for the food that grows out of the ground, for the complexity and reliability of our bodies and the way that they are reliable, for every breath that we unconsciously take and for every breath that we consciously take. We are grateful for plants and how amazing they are. I'm really in awe of plants lately. And for all of the progress that humanity as a whole has made. I bless every person with the spirit of Uni bless. Thank you. We'll see you all next week.